Hey guys, there's something I want to read to you, and I had it at the beginning of my last video. It's only 2.5 minutes, and it was kind of a goofball video, just because I don't want to put out video after video where I get pissed. So I'm going to go ahead and read this, and it's 100% true. It's something that certainly sheep and bootlickers would never, ever think about. We are only as free as the police allow us to be free, which means our freedom is determined by an officer's mood at any given time. The officer's mood. That's what controls the level of freedom that we have as an American citizen. Think about it. If they want to stop somebody, if they want to harass somebody, they can do it. Doesn't mean it's lawful or constitutional, but we know that, especially when you're on the road as a traveler. When the police pull people over during a traffic stop, they own those people. But we are only as free as the police allow us to be free. I wrote 2 books, the Oathbreakers series, and I know this is going to be going over ground that I've covered before, but not everybody watching has heard this. There's the original Rise of the Oathbreakers, and then there's Rise of the Oathbreakers Part 2. 600 pages total, 4 years of investment, and it was all free of cost because it was my time. I wasn't paying myself, and several thousands of dollars to get those out to the public, to get them through the publishing process. But if you go back and look, there's a video that I put out. It's called Another Day, Another Idiot Cop. Well, take a look at how many views it has. It has 13,000. And I was showing them in a couple, 3 different places how I had captured everything those officers were doing in the book. In the book. 13,000 people plus however many they might have shared it with. I don't know what that would be. You know how many Part 2 books I sold after that? Take a guess. 5. I have to ask myself, are people really wanting to learn their rights? Because it sure doesn't seem that way to me. We're only as free as the police allow us to be free, which means our freedom is determined by an officer's mood at any given time. The only way that we're going to be able to get control back from law enforcement in this country is for people to know their rights. And how many times do we keep saying that? And, you know, it's a broken record. Just want to keep hammering it, because you don't even have to get both Oathbreakers books. You could get just the first one or this one. I don't write boring books. And this has been professionally reviewed, and those reviews were just humbling. And I had a video a while ago about those 3 reviews and what they were saying about it. And the common denominator is we have to get this in the hands of every American citizen. But people recognize what's in these pages. It's power and it's knowledge, and with that comes confidence and control. You're going to know not only more than the police, but in a lot of cases you're going to know a lot more than the police. We got to get serious about this. We got to be in it to win it. And I don't think we're in it to win anything. I mean, I've got the numbers. I've shared those with you. I've got the numbers to prove it. I'm pissed about this. San Joaquin Valley Transparency, he understood what that first Oathbreakers book could do. And he let people know about it, and we were working together. I can tell you this, that between his channel and maybe 1 or 2 other channels, when you factor how many views they have and, you know, how many times it was shared, you know how many people at a minimum know about the Oathbreakers book, certainly about the first one? Over 1 million. Man, just imagine the kind of power that we could generate from that if people would just understand that they can't just keep going to a YouTube video to get their information on the Fourth Amendment. because I don't really touch on the First Amendment much. With me, it's the Fourth Amendment. And I have a very close relative who's a subject matter expert on the Fourth Amendment. A subject matter expert. And he has a private business called Premier Police Training. He's got one of the best private training programs in the United States. I don't say that because he's my relative. I say it because it's true. And he puts his materials out there on his channel free of cost. You can read and research and study pretty much everything when it comes to the practical knowledge over the Fourth Amendment. The resources are there. My God, they've been provided and people have to take advantage of it. So Premier Police Training, he's on different boards and commissions and he's traveling all over the country. He has the best Fourth Amendment program for law enforcement officers, bar none, in this entire country. So the video is an older one, and I tell the story about the gal who was driving and the male passenger and the dealings I had with the Henry County, Alabama Sheriff's Department, and it's just horrible. The driver, the female, will stop her speeding, but they have to go after the passenger's ID even though he hasn't done anything. You know, every time you see officers go after passenger ID, and I'm talking about where you have to do it, they're demanding it, get out of the vehicle, go into handcuff search and in the back of a squad car. You go to jail. What they've done is they've essentially criminalized riding in a car. The heroes in American law enforcement have criminalized riding in a car, and they use that as a reason to demand ID. You know, they kill people over that, and we know the reason why they do it, because they want to run everybody for warrants. This is not going to stop. It's amazing that this continues to be so widespread, and nobody talks about it except our community. Who's talking to law enforcement about it? Where's the Department of Justice and the Civil Rights Division or the Attorney General? I don't even want to get into the political aspect of it, but where are these people? Well, they ended up arresting that couple, the female, obstructing governmental operations. You just got to appreciate how horrible that is. Abuse of power, and they just love to fabricate crimes to make false arrests. Well, she was arrested eventually during this contact for obstructing governmental operations, resisting arrest. The male passenger, who they pulled out and they did their thing, was arrested for obstructing governmental operations and some kind of, they claimed $2,800 damage he did to the inside of the patrol vehicle where they stuffed him after they made the false arrest. $2,800. And again, I apologize. I don't know the outcome. Oh, and you know that the sheriff at the time, oh no, everything they did was constitutional. You can read about it, but I can't find anything about a civil case. I want that disposition. I want to be able to put it out there. If I happen to find it, and I'd probably have to go, I don't know, I'd have to go deeper into the internet, I'll let you guys know. I'd have to believe that this contact was egregious enough or that they followed through with a lawsuit, because if they didn't, you know, that's unfortunate. You know why law enforcement is so demanding when they go after passenger ID, even though they're not suspected of a crime? They're just riding in a car in the United States of America. It's because probably 95% of Americans just pony up their ID. They don't know, or they don't care. And the police become so trained that people are going to give up their rights that they just expect everybody to do it. So you get this couple, they knew that the passenger didn't have to ID. That didn't, of course, stop law enforcement from using force and potential violence and making a false arrest. They each spent 5 days in jail, by the way. God bless America. God bless a Thin Blue Line. I mean, they're such freedom-loving heroes. We are only as free as the police allow us to be free. I think I know what I'm talking about, just like I know what I'm talking about in here. Guys, how many of you know that on starting on page 161. You see starting on this page, those numbered entries. If you're falsely arrested for obstruction or interference because you don't give up your ID when you don't have to, I provide the legal defense. Step by step, question by question, I destroy them. You probably don't even really have to hire an attorney, but if you do, you can copy or print these things out and you can hand it to them. Here's your list of questions. It's done. You see the numbers, there's 2 more pages. And it keeps going. Well, there's one on the top of that page. I have good neighbors. I'm really blessed that way. When you watch the video, and they're talking about, well, we can get passenger ID and we can do this, I need to know who I'm talking to, and okay. I never hear anybody ask this, and it doesn't have to be necessarily asked out in the field. It certainly needs to be asked in court. You made an arrest because the passenger wouldn't ID. You went after the passenger. It wasn't the driver, it wasn't the operator, he was just a traveler inside the car. And you went after ID and you made an arrest for obstruction. Let's say you stop a bus driver for speeding and there's 50 passengers in the bus. Are you actually saying that you have the authority to go in and demand identification from all 50 passengers? And if they don't ID, that you can arrest them for obstructing governmental operations? You can chain and cage them? What are you going to do? Bring another bus out and haul them from the bus where they were traveling as innocent passengers, shackle them and perp walk them into the next bus? Do the police really think that they have the authority like bus passengers? It's the same thing. In other words, it's no different. This is not North Korea or Venezuela. Quit thinking it is and quit acting like it is. It's in the book. It's in this section that I'm talking about that has step-by-step questions and procedures that you can apply in a court of law that you don't have to pay for. It's right here. And the reason I did that for these cases where people are being falsely arrested for not IDing is because it's so common. And it's the way that cops are going to go after everybody. It doesn't matter, again, if you're suspected of a crime. There's no reasonable suspicion or probable cause. You just go after ID. It's right here. So when I have 13,000 people who watch a video where I'm actually showing them excerpts of this book, and I'm calling it all the way through. I call it. I know what I'm talking about. And 5 books are sold. We got to get in it to win it. We got to get real with this, or I mean, the resources are there between my books, the Oathbreakers books, and Premier Police Training, and what that individual has out there on the internet. It's all free. So we'll go ahead and watch the video and one more time, because I just came up with this morning, like about 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning. We are only as free as the police allow us to be free, because we work under the thumb of tyranny and oppression, which means our freedom is determined by an officer's mood at any given time. That's the reality. So-called freedom here in the United States of America. I mean, they got it made, man. Qualified immunity and the agency that supports them, just like the sheriff did in this case. Unbelievable. Oh, nothing is mentioned about anything. But after this blew up, they said, yeah, there was the odor of marijuana. And that's what it was all about. The odor of marijuana. They pulled that out after the fact. Yeah, here's your thin blue line. I appreciate you guys. I just kind of needed to, get on camera and talk to you face to face. I haven't done that really for a while. And how with the warmer weather, I'll be able to do that more and more. If this were a medicine, it could cure cancer. A bold statement? That's how much confidence I have in this book. 13,000 people, 5 books. Got to be in it to win it. Make sure to leave comments. And I am pissed, but in a good mood kind of pissed. Alright. Take care. Thumbs up. Bye. See ya.
Why'd you pull me?
Ma'am?
Why'd you pull me? You had your radar out?
Of course.
Okay, I'm just asking. I don't know. Some guys don't radar, they just pace. But you could have pace when you're going opposite from me.
Is this your vehicle, Miss Nelson?
Yes, of course.
And you have your registration with you?
Actually, yep. Pull that out first.
Where y'all head to today?
I'm gonna go check out a dealership, trying to get a new vehicle. This one's about to croak on me.
Okay, no weapons or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Sir, do you have your ID on you?
Yeah.
Can I have yours, please, too?
Is that needed?
Yes, sir.
Why do you need his?
Yeah, what do
I
you...
just want to know who I'm dealing with.
Well, he's just a passenger.
Yeah,
He
I'm
doesn't
just a
have
passenger,
license.
so...
Do you have
He
anything
doesn't
ID?
drive.
No, it's not required of me, so...
Sir?
It's not required of me right now, so... I don't need to provide that. I'm not the one driving, so...
Yeah, I was speeding.
How you doing?
Understand what's going on here. I'm asking you to identify yourself to me, okay?
Yeah.
And you are a passenger in this vehicle.
Correct.
I want to know who you are so I know who I'm dealing with.
Okay.
Okay? When you're issued a license, even in Florida, it's really property of the state of Florida.
Right. He doesn't have a license.
Do you have any kind of ID to prove to me who you
Yeah,
are?
no, not on me right now,
Not on
so...
Do you have a
No,
full
he's
ID?
driving. No, he doesn't have a license.
No, I mean, what?
Yeah, not on me right now.
But you do have one from issued from Florida, right?
Yeah, but it's not on me.
Okay, what is your first name, please?
I don't think I should be providing that. I don't think I need to. I'm not the one under question here. I'm not the one behind the wheel, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Step out of the vehicle, please.
Yeah,
Did he do something?
Am I being detained?
Well, what are we being detained for?
Investigation. Yeah, step out of the vehicle.
An investigation on what?
Talking with him. I've already told you why I stopped. Step out of the
Yeah, but you didn't stop him. Hold on, I got you. I got it.
And what's the investigation?
Step out of the vehicle, sir. Open the door and step out.
If I'm not
So you're
under...
refusing to pull up and answer my questions, okay? Now,
That's
I know
not
where this
against
is
the law.
going because I've done this, all right? But you are part of the vehicle, and I stopped her for speeding, and I like to know who you are. And you're giving me this deal. Well, I don't think I have to identify you.
Well, no, we don't think we know.
Stand still, okay?
Yeah,
So-
I know I don't have to provide my identification.
You don't?
I
No,
don't.
sir.
You should.
I'm not a part of this.
Okay,
I'm not
well,
driving.
here's the
so-
thing. But you are a passenger in the vehicle, okay?
So if I had my kids, would they have to ID too?
I needed to, yes.
But my children are
But they're not
children.
here, so that's really a mute point. So now you can either cooperate, but the more that you refuse to answer my questions or tell me who you are, pending the investigation, now you're obstructing my investigation.
But there's no investigation.
Yeah.
There is.
No.
That's your vehicle.
Yeah,
So
but you could have been handled your business. I'm not interfering.
You're a part of it. Yes, you are.
Do you have a supervisor we could speak
I
to?
am a supervisor. All right, step out of the vehicle again, or I'm going to take you out of the vehicle.
As soon as you provide
No,
me
you
with
can't.
your badge
You
number.
can't.
3712.
If you grab me, that's an assault. You understand
You
that?
can't assault him because he
understand
doesn't
that's
want to
assault
give
if
his
you hold me
information.
out of the
You're refusing to
You
get out
have
of the
yet
vehicle.
to
Well, he
provide.
shouldn't have to. This is a traffic stop, sir.
provide your name and badge number.
if
How do I
we're-
know who you are? You haven't
Hold on.
provided your name and badge
If we're
number.
being detained for something, now I am because I was
You
speeding.
can't do that.
Do not touch him.
You
Please
cannot
do
do
not
that. That's
assault
assault.
him.
If you grab me, that's assault. I have it on video.
Please do not
I have
assault
everything
him.
you're
Yes,
doing on
sir.
video. If you grab me, that's assault.
Step out of the vehicle.
If you
No,
grab me,
sir,
that's
you
assault.
cannot get aggressive
If
with
you grab me,
us.
that's assault. I have
Step
you
out
on
of the vehicle.
video.
Okay.
My hands
No,
are right
please
here.
do
My
not.
hands are right
You
here.
are assaulting him right now.
Hey, you have it on video.
I got you, baby. I got you.
My hands are up. My
Sir, you are assaulting him right now. You can't do that. He was not speeding. You have no reason to be patting him down.
Get him on video. He has not.
Sir, we know our rights. This is a speeding. You pulled me over for speeding.
Right now, this is assault. Keep it on video. Keep it on
Do you
video.
have a supervisor coming?
Keep it on video.
Somebody
don't
like
have to.
above you? I have to be out so I can have them on recording.
She doesn't have to get in the video. You understand what you're doing, sir? I'm gonna have your back.
Scott, you need to get your hands off him because you cannot. What are you detaining him for?
You can't do this. This is illegal,
Sir, what are you detaining him
This
for?
is
Do you
illegal.
know our rights? Because we know our rights.
Yeah, this is illegal.
So what are you detaining him for? You can't put him in
It's
cuffs.
okay. Get this on video. It's okay. We'll bring it
I
to court.
got you.
We'll
I
bring it
got
to
you
court.
on cuffs.
We'll bring it to court.
He can't. What are you putting him in the truck for? For?
The passenger was detained. Why? For being a passenger. Cop wanted to know who he was dealing with. Cop accused him of obstruction for not answering questions. He ordered the passenger out in retaliation. He then physically removed the passenger. He searched the passenger, handcuffed the passenger, and stuffed the passenger. All that because the passenger was inside a car. The police have criminalized riding in a car. What was the deputy investigating? That's one of the most overused words in law enforcement. Not a damn thing. Take a good look, America. This is what's coming to a town near you. In Rise of the Oathbreakers Part 2, in that example I was talking about where I come up with the 30 questions to beat the case in court, let's see if there's any similarities. It involves an innocent passenger who refuses to ID, pulled from the vehicle, searched, handcuffed, stuffed inside the patrol vehicle, and charged with obstruction. I rest my case.